I'm just going to check levels are recording. Okay, so we all talk like this. It should be fine.
Oh, no pressure.
Okay, so unless anyone's got any problems, we can just stop talking. Oh, phone, I'm going to turn my phone off, otherwise halfway through it might just go, hello, is it me?
Is that really your ringtone?
I wish it was.
See, I knew a person that had hello, is it tea you're looking for as a ringtone?
Fandom's log. Oh god, do I really have to do the rest of this?
Yeah.
Stardate Wednesday the 15th of March. That's how you say that. This is in this Ewan Patterson, Dan Boyle and the other guy. Enjoy. I won't. Probably not. Anyway. No girls in it.
Hello and welcome to Fandom's Log, the weekly genre news show where we cover what's going on in the world of comics, movies, TV shows and games.
Yeah!
I am your host, Ewan Patterson, and here with me today is the Lord of the Sound, Sam Glover.
Yes, I like to hear things.
And the Dark Lord, otherwise known as Dan Boyle.
The Dark Lord.
Yeah, well...
Shipped it from Mordor. It's shipped in from Mordor. Yeah,
you are wearing a black leather jacket.
I am wearing a black leather jacket.
And if we know anything about evil, they always wear black.
That is true, and I am a lord.
And has one eye.
I don't think that's a fact.
Oh, no, I have four. I'm wearing glasses, my friend.
So,
if I learn
without
anything at
further
school,
ado,
it's four eyes.
Without further ado, let's jump into our main news, otherwise known as the Splash Page. Take it away, Alan.
But I only just got it. Why would I take it away? I'm sorry, I'm very confused as to what he's on about here. I bought a puppy the other day, but Ewan's now telling me to take it back? Why would I take it back?
I don't know what that was, but I like it.
First up, we have our first proper look at Thor Ragnorok.
Ooh.
In the pictures we see Chris Hemsworth's Thor sans his traditional golden locks and hammer and carrying a sword and shield. We also have the film's villain Hela, played by Cate Blanchett, looking particularly menacing, and a fabulous looking Jeff Goldblum as the Grand Master. Sam, which of these images strikes you, and does it increase your appetite for the film?
I'm genuinely excited for it because, if I'm being honest, it sounds like they're taking a new route with it compared to Thor 2. And my Thor 1 I liked. I'm not gonna touch that one, but he has short hair. Am I right? He's got short hair.
Shaved his hair and everything.
What do you think of it?
I'm interested. I'm being quietly reserved because these are just images at the moment. So it's until I see a trailer, I can't really say yay or nay.
We're gonna get that. I'm guessing we're gonna get that with Guardians of the Galaxy when that comes out. But I've heard a few people going, they're gonna ruin the Planet Hulk story. And
they're not doing the Planet Hulk story. I mean, they're not going to do it. I mean, it doesn't matter if they
in the same way they didn't do the Civil War story.
Yeah, they're not going to do it.
This is the best case scenario if you want a proper Planet Hulk story, because technically Marvel doesn't own the distribution rights to a Hulk solo film.
No.
Yeah.
They're still held by Universal. So I think it'll be like you said, it'll be like a very similar version of, it'll say it's this thing, but it's not actually this thing.
You know what we are closer to getting though? World War Hulk. Because they've set up, if they're not doing Planet Hulk, that's fine. But what they might do is end on Hulk getting really, really annoyed at the Avengers, which means he'll come back and kick ass like he does in the World War Hulk story. I love that.
I think it might be the case that at the end, I'm putting on my theory hat right now.
Yeah.
It might be that at the end of...
Viewers can't actually see this, but he is now wearing a hat.
It is bedazzled. It has a disco ball on the top of it.
It's pretty gay.
Happy gay.
Okay, it's pretty happy. It's a pretty happy hat.
Back on track. I think at the end of the Infinity War, Hulk will be sent back to this planet and he'll just rule over it and then something will happen.
Ooh.
I think, because Hulk is too big a character to not be in the Infinity War.
Yeah. Big. I get it because he's bigger than any of the others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you make of it, Dan? What do you like?
I'm just excited to see Jeff Goldblum in the MCU. To be honest, I mean, anything that man does is gold. So,
but what do you think how do you think he's going to play? What's the character's name again that he's playing? He's
the Grandmaster.
Yeah, because Grandmaster.
He's gonna play the Grandmaster as Jeff Goldblum, but I have no problem with that.
Yes.
It'll be like every Jeff Goldblum performance ever.
Yeah.
There is no difference between him, Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park, and Jeff Goldblum in the greatest action movie of all time, Independence Day.
Bonsai. Oh.
Independence Day.
Are you suggesting we're going to have a Grandmaster chest like bare, just leaning in front of a fireplace, going, "Hello, Thanos"?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I would be all right with that. I would be perfectly okay with that. I'm sorry, Jeff Goldblum's a god. He's amazing.
I mean, I think he needs to make up for the last Independence Day film.
I think he needs to make up for half of his career, but at the same time, he's still amazing and a god, and we should give him a chance, and he's going to be fine. He's Jeff Goldblum. What could go wrong?
The only thing we need now is another one of the Titans to be Bill Murray, and then he would be the best Watcher. I know Stan Lee should be it, but if they're not, it should just be Bill Murray just going, "Hey, I'm the Watcher."
I don't think Bill Murray would be interested, if I'm honest.
No, I don't think he would be. He's too interested in getting drunk
because
and crashing parties.
I think it's really like Benicio del Toro and Jeff Goldblum are like the perfect characters.
Yeah, they'll bounce off each other amazingly if they do get a scene, which I hope.
I think that might eventually happen. I don't know.
In the comics, the Grandmaster plays a game against like Thanos in order to over the fate of an Infinity Gem, which I hope we get a scene like that, because that sounds like a very Jeff Goldblum scene.
Well, what will probably happen, because it's Jeff Brolin being all angry Thanos, it'll be like, "I want this thing," and then Jeff Goldblum will go, okay.
Hashtag Battle of the Jeffs.
I can't. That's the closest I'll ever do a Jeff Goldblum.
It's basically an American Hugh Grant. That's the only way to do a Jeff Goldblum. Is you just go, "Gosh, crikey, gosh," but in an American line.
The thing that struck me about these images is the color is so vibrant and so full of color. These images is completely different to what any of the other.
Feels a bit Guardians of the Galaxy.
It looks like they've taken a play out of James Gunn's book.
I'm worried that they might do that too much. Thor, I like is this, because if Thor just goes Skyrim, I'm fine with that. But the thing is with Skyrim, that ain't got colour. It's very monotone, it's very watered down, and I know there's a debate to be had there whether that's alright for Skyrim, but I prefer it to kind of lean towards Viking mythology than let's go do everything Guardians of the Galaxy, let's do everything Deadpool.
Right, so I think we've reached as much as we can on this topic.
Yeah,
so
I think we covered that.
Let's move on.
Move!
Disney has been making great strides recently to adapt its classic animated films into live action, it seems they have no signs of stopping. In the last week, we have learned that Eva Green has signed on to be a part of Tim Burton's Dumbo.
Oh my god.
The studio is hoping to be in production of an Aladdin film directed by Guy Ritchie. John Favreau's Lion King is set to have James Earl Jones return as Mufasa, with Danny Glover taking on the role of Simba. We've seen pictures of Emily Blunt and Lin-Manuel Miranda in Mary Poppins 2. The studio is also making plans for Mulan, Christopher Robin, Oliver Twist, James and the Giant Peach, Cruella, Tinkerbell, Peter Pan, The Little Mermaid, The Sword and the Stone, and Pinocchio. Dan, you've seen the list. What are your thoughts?
I'm wrong person to ask, mate. I'm not a Disney fan. I'm not excited for any of those. I'm dreading every single one of them.
Christopher Robin.
I'm just hating the fact that you're probably going to make me watch half of them for this show. At the moment, that's my main thought is, oh god, I'm going to be forced to sit through these monstrosities.
Hey, I've got an idea of one which might work, because Christopher Robin, obviously Winnie the Pooh stuff. I've got one writer for you that should do it, because he's already written an interpretation of Winnie the Pooh. Alan Moore.
Alan Moore, Winnie the Pooh? Are you insane?
Have you read League of Extraordinary Gentlemen book 2?
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is not Winnie the Pooh.
No, but it has it in. They have it in when they go. They go to in forest, and it's taken I forgot what the actual classic literature story is, but there's a story where there's a the man who basically makes like men-animal hybrids. And that's what he's done with Winnie the Pooh. They go into this forest and they all these mutated animal hybrids, and it's
I can't wait for the next Winnie the Pooh live-action Disney movie where Winnie the Pooh is just some form of deformed creature that's half human, half
back on track. Back on track.
Alan Moore, Tarantino.
I think
Winnie the Pooh. I think that's the best.
No, that's just horrible. Alan Moore's just too busy being a space wizard. Let's be honest. And Quentin Tarantino has said he's never going to work with Disney again. Not that they'd ever ask him, but still, I think the one that I think you exemplified it perfectly when. Guy Ritchie doing Aladdin.
Why on earth is Guy Ritchie doing a Disney film?
Is it going to be like set in like a Middle Eastern version of London?
That's what it is. That's what it is.
The thing is, I haven't seen Guy Ritchie do a musical. This Aladdin is a musical.
I'm liking the idea of Aladdin being set in Peckham. I'm just Aladdin as.
I want Three Witches, bruv.
Yeah.
Are we suggesting that you would have someone like Tom Hardy as the genie?
That would.
What do you want?
There's nothing right about that. He doesn't seem to fit Aladdin. I mean, look at like the Sword and the Stone one that he's done. That doesn't look.
But if you think of it in context to what Disney turned the story of Aladdin into, it was more focused on this orphaned urchin that's just trying to make his way in the world, and that kind of sounds very much like that sounds like a story that Guy Ritchie could do and kind of can take forward. I'm not saying it would be kid friendly. I'm just saying that's a story that I can imagine Guy Ritchie writing.
It's going to have to be kid friendly though, because quite a lot of the things that they've done with these films is they've taken the source material, they've grown it up a little bit, but they haven't deviated it from it too much. Like look at Beauty and the Beast, which we are yet to review, but it looks like the animation brought to life. Same with Jungle Book. Jungle Book looks like a phenomenal film, and that's why out of all of these ones, the one that I'm least worried about is Lion King.
Because that sounds like a version I genuinely want to see though. James Earl Jones is coming back, huzzah, and Danny Glover is being Simba. That sounds really fun. All I want to see is production footage of those lot in leotards on the floor of some forgotten studio with ping pong balls. I'm going.
It's not. They're not even going to be doing that. They're going to be doing the voiceover.
Yeah, which is why it's
not really live action.
The Lion King. It's worrying me because why? If you're going to make a live-action movie of an old classic like The Lion King, why the hell are they still animating it in CG?
It's because it'll look pretty.
Yeah, but that's
the thing that they're going for.
If you've seen Jungle Book, it looked adorable.
Yeah, it looked adorable, but you still had a human element there. You still had the human to watch. Otherwise, you might as well just animate the whole thing. Surely it'd be cheaper just to remake The Lion King as an animated movie rather than spending all the money on CG.
Yeah. The other one that I'm just confused by is Tim Burton's Dumbo.
Do you know the plot line of this as well?
No.
Because from what I've been hearing, it's not the Dumbo story as we know it. It's because Will Smith's in it.
No, he's not in it anymore.
Oh, was that dropped?
He's pulled out of production. He's pulled out of it.
When Will Smith was in it, the story was going to be Dumbo there's his family that finds Dumbo and they teach it how to fly. And
that sounds wrong on all sorts of levels.
Yeah, because it's kind of it's basically Fly Away Home instead of you swapping out an elephant with geese, or geese with elephants, and it's just I don't know. It's just going to be weird. Tim Burton's going to focus on the circus. He's going to go fully on the trippy.
Who's Johnny Depp in it?
I hope he's the elephant.
Do you want to bet that he will be Will Smith's character, but like he was in Lone Ranger?
Oh God!
He'll be a black man.
All right, so we're now getting Johnny Depp taking it from one step, taking it to the he's essentially the same step he's taken, just a different race that he's now choosing to offend.
I wouldn't put it past him at this point. It's really
no. I mean, after Mordecai, I wouldn't really put anything past him.
How far do you think it's going to be in Johnny Depp's career before he basically becomes Robert Downey Jr.'s character from Tropic Thunder, where he just goes into fuss?
I think he's there already, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Have you seen the latest Pirates of the Caribbean trailer? He looks like a nutter already.
Oh God, he does.
That's his retirement plan.
Well, that's essentially just what his retirement plan is. No, you're right. It's just Pirates of the Caribbean.
Johnny, do yourself a favour. Take 5 years out. 5 years. Just go lie on a beach for somewhere for 5 years and then come back as a new human being.
If Johnny Depp
do Black Mass again, please. Just stuff like that again.
If Johnny Depp just wants to play Captain Jack Sparrow for the rest of his life, all they have to do is get rid of the mannequin in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disneyland, and he could just sit there all day, get a paycheck, job done.
He's been playing. Let's be honest. He's been playing Captain Jack Sparrow for the last 10 years. Mm-hmm. Every character that he's really done in the last 10 years.
I'm just looking forward to the day Sacha Baron Cohen comes out and says, Johnny Depp was actually me.
All right,
this is where Adam Sandler then takes off his mask.
The final one that I want to mention before we move on is Cruella.
Oh, that's a thing.
That's a thing. They've got Emma Stone playing Cruella.
Emma Stone isn't. Hold on, wasn't she the
Gwen Stacy in Amazing Spider-Man
and the Wicked Witch and the
No, you're thinking Mila Kunis.
Okay,
no, it's just. If you're doing a Cruella movie, don't do it like they did with Maleficent. Don't make her a misunderstood hero. Make her a villain.
I want to see Emma Stone as a family show. I want to see. Well, somebody save me here.
Okay. My issue is
Spiral.
Is 101 Dalmatians. Isn't that set in England?
Yeah.
Aren't they all British?
To be fair, I think America have earned the right to have an American play a British person. I mean, look at what we have. We have
Don't tell them that we've taken over.
We've got a Brit playing Superman. We've got a Brit playing Spider-Man. We've got a Brit playing Doctor Strange. At one point, we had a Brit playing Batman.
What do you mean?
Well,
I thought that was a flawless American accent in Doctor Strange. It didn't totally sound like House making love to a seal.
I think we've.
When you say seal, by the way, do you mean the animal or the?
No, Lucille Ball.
Okay.
What's left of her?
Oh, right. Okay.
Let's just continue before this spirals out even more. We finally got 15 minutes of gameplay footage for Shadow of War, the sequel to the acclaimed Shadow of Mordor.
Ooh.
What do you think of this, fellas? Does this look like you're going to be sinking a lot of hours into this game, or are you just going to press skip?
I'm kind of. It was that the Shadow of Mordor was one of those games which was on my list of. Ooh, I should really buy that at some point when I've A, got money, and B, want to play a console again.
Oh, okay. So you don't play a console at all.
The latest console I've got is a Wii U. And the one before that is PlayStation 3. But that's now what I call the Netflix 3, because that's all I use it for.
Yeah, it's pretty much all my PS4 is used for Netflix.
I've played more hours in Mario Kart than I have in any... What the fuck on? I do play other games. I play a lot of indie games. I love Undertale. I love Team Fortress 2. I love Civilization.
Now just trying to get his nerd cred back up. I play Mario Kart.
There's one really fantastic game I played recently called Pony Island. Sounds rubbish, I know, but it's actually about the devil overtaking a computer, which was really fun. And okay. I love these kind of games, but I kind of...
Would it look like something you want to go and play now?
Probably, if it was on Steam.
Why not?
No. Well, this is I have no interest.
Okay, fair.
I have just no. It hasn't spiked any interest for me. I mean, Shadow of Mordor was. I mean, I never actually played it, so I guess I don't have a valid opinion. You could argue, but it just never really grabbed me. It never really seemed like something that I would enjoy putting some time into. And this just seems like more of the same. So why would I bother?
All I'd want. The thing that would make me go, yes, I want to buy a Middle Earth game, is if basically say, yeah, Bethesda's next project is Middle Earth. You just do it's just the exact same format that you get from an Elder Scrolls game in Middle Earth. That would be.
They have that. No, the Rings Online.
No, that's not. No, it's not, and neither is the Elder Scrolls Online game an Elder Scrolls game. It's not, because I can't fire arrows into the air and kill myself. That's all I want. I like the physics in those games, the feeling that I can do whatever I want. In those games that go online, it's kind of click, wait to do an action. Okay, I click, wait to do an action. It's tabletop done wrong.
I've unleashed something in Dan today. That is...
Yeah, you have a little bit. He's not talking politics today, though, which is good.
Yeah. I mean...
It's bored me recently. This is bored me.
I mean, it intrigued me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the kind of game that if at some point I find that I've got free time, which I doubt at the moment that I will, and I find it in like 50% off, I'll go, yeah, I'll give it a go, and then probably never play it again.
Yeah.
Unless I like really get into the story, because that's what I thought with. I'm repping my Mass Effect shirt today as well. That's what I thought with Mass Effect. It'll be like the kind of...
it goes very well with the hat he's wearing.
Just for the record, it's just a picture of Shepard making love to all of the creatures that he does in game. That's
so in my run, no one, because I'm a classy fella. But that's what I thought with Mass Effect. It was just going to be a game that I play once. Get a bit of fun out of it. I've played that game 3 times and I started my 4th time last night. So I'm intrigued to see where this goes.
Yeah.
I think that we'll do this section. So take us out of this, Alan.
That will do this section. Thank you very much, Ewan. And moving on, we're going to go on to Trench Run now, which is a bit more boring than the last section, but good luck. I'm going to go have a nap. Night.
So, first up, in what is becoming a weekly segment on the show, Avatar 2 has been pushed from its release date of November 2018 to who knows when.
It's not that we couldn't see this coming.
We got our first look at the remaster for Crash Bandicoot, which is coming to the PS4 later this year, and the footage brings back all of the nostalgia. We got a new Wonder Woman trailer, giving us a greater look at her origin and what we can expect from the film. Mm-hmm. Deadpool 2 has found its Domino in the form of Zazie Beetz, who is well known for her role in the series Atlanta. Star Wars Episode 8 footage was shown to members of the press and stockholders at the Disney meeting, and we can confirm here on the show that Luke Skywalker does in fact talk. He at least says, "Who are you?" So
was that your Mark Hamill impression?
No, that was my Arnold.
Okay.
So are we confirming that Luke Skywalker's being dubbed by Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No.
Yes.
No. Arnold Schwarzenegger he's his stunt double.
Okay.
So all the action scenes, it just cuts to Arnold Schwarzenegger doing the lightsaber fights.
But we don't know who he says that to.
Get to the speeder!
We now have a new trailer for the new season of Doctor Who, and we now know that the original Cybermen from the planet Mondas will be appearing in the finale.
Wait, do you mean like the whole leather bag thing?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And finally, rounding out the madness this week was Robot Wars. Eruption flipped the competition out of the ring, literally, and a middle-aged man stormed off after losing to a bunch of kids in one of the most hilariously awkward moments of television ever.
Did you genuinely watch this then?
Yes.
Oh, wasn't it? It was, first off, like, the weapons are getting so incredibly just crazy, destroying sets. And also managing to successfully get a robot underneath the the pit flipper thing. So they broke the arena twice this time. And yeah, there was this man. Behemoth is something that's been there since the original Craig Charles, and it's back. It failed in the first series to get through to the semi-finals, I think, and then it's done the same. But this time it failed to a group of children.
The funniest thing is that the guy that stormed off was the captain of the team, and he's like, "Oh, it's gonna be easy. They're just a bunch of kids. We're gonna try this new invention that we have that will stop the flipper." And he was so overconfident, and to be fair, for quite a lot of that match,
Yeah.
Behemoth was just owning them. But then it just kind of happened that they weren't good enough, because Cherub came up with... But it was the fact that as the announcer says the judges have reached a verdict and it was unanimously Cherub, he just walks off and you can see his mouth going...
Yeah, but for the record, the reason why it looks like Beowulf should have won is because it's a robot that actually has a weapon. Cherub does not.
That just made it all the more hilarious.
It's just this little robot that can withstand damage and has these little things to try and its actual tactic when it's not done yet is to get underneath the robot, pick it up, and then just run off with it.
Dan has surreptitiously showed me that he wants to talk about Alien Covenant. So go away, Dan.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm an Alien nerd. I'm a big Alien is my favourite franchise of all time. And recently, I think like in the last week, we got a new, very strange clip. I wondered if anybody else would watch the Meet Walter.
Explain it to me.
It's called Meet Walter, and it's this clip of you see them building one of these robots, one of these AIs that they have. I mean, they've been in all the Alien movies have had an android. There was Bishop in Aliens, who was probably the most famous, and then there was, oh God, what was his name in the first one?
I just know that it was played by John Hurt.
Was it Ash?
I know it had an A in it.
The one that John Hurt was playing.
No. John Hurt wasn't an android.
I didn't hear the word android. I just thought.
John Hurt wasn't an android. But no, you see them sort of this clip. It's only about a minute and a half, and they build. You just watch them building one of these androids, and then it's called Walter at the end. But it's also played by Michael Fassbender, who was David in the first one, and David was also an android, and David was supposed to be the first android, the first one that was ever built in Prometheus. But now Alien Covenant's come along, and we have Walter, who looks exactly the same as David. And I was wondering if anybody else had any thoughts on where.
I haven't watched it yet. I saw it on my list, and then I'm like, I got to watch that, and then I got sidetracked by loads of other things. Yeah. But I'm definitely going to give it a watch now that you suggested that I should.
Yeah. It's just sort of, I mean, as a fan of the franchise, it's sort of opened up this question. I mean, why is he now called Walter? I mean, what's going on? Is the Michael Fassbender we've seen in the trailers for Alien Covenant so far, is that Walter or is that David? I thought they were meeting David. I'm very confused as to what's
Unless it's just they mass-produced the same identity.
Well, true, but they're all called the same thing. Bishop was always called Bishop no matter what.
I just assumed, because wasn't David in the escape pod with the main woman from the first one, from Prometheus? She's in this film, so I think what happens...
Noomi Rapace isn't in it.
She is.
No, she's not.
I heard that she was.
No, she's not in the cast.
Interesting. I don't know then, because I just assumed that they were going to meet David and then...
Yeah, as far as I was aware, the original plot for a long time was to go to a planet which I'm guessing is LV-426, but they end up there and they just find David all alone there, because that's where he ended up after Prometheus, after the events of that. But evidently things are changing now. We've got Walter involved, so who on earth is Walter? I still want to know who he is.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. I think Doctor Who this season looks
interesting.
It looks interesting. I mean, the fact that they're bringing back the Mondosian Cybermen. For all of our friends that do not know what Mondas is, in the Doctor Who universe, Mondas was the 12th planet in our solar system, and it was basically a replica of Earth. But on that Earth, the humans started changing their body parts with robotic parts until they became Cybermen. And then they just randomly came back, and their first appearance was in the last ever episode of the first Doctor, William Hartnell. And they were a little bit naff at the time, but they were endearingly naff because of the budget. This time, I'm not so sure. I mean, I like the idea because it's nostalgia, but...
I mean, Cybermen in the show, when they sort of remade Doctor Who, in new Doctor Who, which we have, they came from the parallel universe, didn't they?
Right
alternate reality one, because they didn't want to...
Yeah.
Well, they had... It's become more of a muddy issue now, because they... After the original bit, they've had... It turns out there have been Cybermen all over the galaxy as humans have progressed. So at some point, I think the ones that came out in... towards the end of the Matt Smith era, there were Cybermen in that. They were ones from our Earth, our universe. But
they happen to have the exact same design as the alternate reality one.
These ones were slightly different, I think. They were more sleek. They look more like Iron Man.
But a real question for me is, because we also got a very bittersweet trailer, which was, this is the end of the Doctor. He's going, get used to it. Kind of very bittersweet kind of trailer. So, how do you think the Doctor's going to die? I know this is obviously no one's ever going to get this right, but
I think he's going to get the flu. I think he's going to get the flu.
Sneeze.
And the NHS is going to be in such bad crisis he can't get a jab. So he's just going to die.
Look at him, he's talking about politics now today.
I just like the idea that this is like, and he just his hand. He puts his head into his hands.
Yeah, and then just the light comes out and he regenerates, and suddenly he's a black woman, and he's there going, God darn the colds.
My guess is this Doctor's thing has always been about being unfeeling and uncaring. It will probably be something that will show that he is ultimately a very caring person. It will be like a self-sacrifice kind of thing. My bet, it won't be like David Tennant where he saves the beloved Wilfred Mott.
Yeah.
It will probably be something like this whole colony is going to be destroyed by Cybermen, but the Doctor has to push this button over there. He'll have to push the button, but there's like a fire corridor or something that will kill him. And his last act is
the MacGuffin.
I genuinely hope that something like that would happen, except at the first 10 minutes of one of the final episodes in the series. Not the final episode, so it's like, oh, credits for the new Doctor, but it's a surprise twist that, because he's announced that he's going to leave, he's being paid for this series, but the idea is, surprise twist, they've already cast the Doctor, and the Doctor dies halfway through the series, and you have to deal with a new one halfway through, because that would be a really fun arc.
They're not going to do it.
No.
I mean, guaranteed, I'm guaranteeing this now, they've probably already cast the Doctor.
No, yeah, probably.
They have cast the Doctor, and this is just parlour tricks.
It's me.
Yes, we can confirm on Nerd's Kingdom that the new Doctor is Dan Boyle.
Good luck, world.
The other thing that I want to mention, new Wonder Woman trailer looks
exactly how I thought it was going to come out.
It's interesting that they're all doing the accents, because have you noticed Gal Gadot's accent is very distinctive? Well, just make that the accent for all of them. I like that.
But it's a princess, and then a rogue and rascal with a flying machine comes over and goes, I can show you the world.
Yes, so what you're telling me is Wonder Woman is a Disney movie?
Yeah, that's the Guy Ritchie
That's
Aladdin.
why it looks so good.
Oh, is Wonder Woman secretly the Guy Ritchie Aladdin? That makes so much more sense.
Because just think of it, except we're just seeing it from the perspective of Jasmine. That's the entire Wonder Woman's story. And Jafar is the weird evil gas villain.
Moving on, let's quickly talk about Crash Bandicoot. Are we happy about this?
We are very happy about this.
I loved Crash Bandicoot.
Is this going to be the thing that gets you back on your PS4s now?
I would love to play it. I genuinely love to play it. This is something that could genuinely make me want a PS4 if it was cost effective and there was more than just Crash Bandicoot on there. But
it depends when it comes out, and if my flatmate is still, alive by the time it comes out. I might have killed him by then, but we'll see. But it is his PS4 after all.
But it looks like a lot of the problems I had with after playing Crash Bandicoot 3 and then going back to playing Crash Bandicoot 1, there's a few things like I really wish that they thought of some of the small, neat and tidy things they did in 3 to fix 1, but that's what they've done with this. Yeah. They fixed it all, and it looks fun. It looks exactly how I always wanted them to look.
Let's talk about the last thing. My favourite thing to talk on the show, Avatar 2. Never happening, probably.
No, it's never going to happen.
Let's play a game. Over under 40%. 40%. Does it get made or does it never happen?
No, it will get made. James Cameron will finish it eventually, and he will do. How many? He's planning to do 4 of them in total. So he's got another 3 to make. He will make them at some point. It's just going to take him a long time to do. I mean, I think the real question here, does anyone care anymore?
Yeah, I don't care. I'm honest, it's a waste. I feel it's a waste of time talking about it because it's made no cultural impact other than it's like it's this Avatar as original film was had the same validity as IMAX documentaries, because when IMAX came out, they had these documentaries that showed you the potential of what you can do with the technology, and that's what Avatar is. The story is crap because is rubbish because it's showing this is what the tech can do. It's showing you the 3D, it's showing you the potential, all the impossible things you could never do before. That's all it is. Proof of concept. So every time an Avatar news comes up, can we just start talking about the other Avatar that I really love?
Yeah, the proper Avatar, not...
Legend of Aang, Legend of Korra.
I just included this because I thought it was hilarious. We were literally... It wasn't that long that we were talking about, is this thing even going to get made? And then I'm like... 3 weeks later, it's like, it's been pushed off its release date again, and I'm like, it's funny.
No, I agree. It is very funny.
I personally prefer just every time it's like, so James Cameron's carrying on with Avatar 2, and I just recently watched that episode of Avatar doing this. What do you think? Iroh's amazing. He's amazing. And I've got to admit, every time I watch about stories from Ba Sing Se, I always kind of tear up slightly at the whole Soldier Boy song.
Brave.
No, don't. Let's move on.
Oh, the tears are forming in Sam's eyes right now.
I hate you.
Aww.
And this is why you call the Dark Lord.
Why?
Because you make Sam upset.
Well, that's not hard.
I need to restore my honour. I'm working on it.
Okay, you can work a bit harder.
I think...
Cheers.
That's it for this episode. So, thank you for listening.
Thank you.
That's it. Wow.
If you like what we do here, give us a share and a like. Hit that big old subscribe button.
Don't you dare.
Don't you dare what?
Not press it.
Hit the subscribe. Don't you dare hit it.
So, that's a goodbye from me, and a goodbye from Sam.
Hello.
And a goodbye from Dan.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it.
On another note, if anyone has a favourite episode of Avatar, please tell me. I would love to keep this conversation going. I want to make the dream stay alive.
Still not saying goodbye.
Goodbye.
You can edit it so that you
Go
can
away.
So, Dalton, just quite clearly say what you're not going to say.
What do you mean?
What are you not going to say?
I'm not going to say goodbye.
You're not going to say
goodbye.
Thank you.
No, wait!
Somebody got fooled. Anyway, you have been listening to Fandom's Log, starring Ewan Patterson, Samuel Glover, and the very beautiful Daniel Boyle. Ewan's a funny name, isn't it? Sounds like a sheep. Ewan. Sam. What kind of a name is Sam? 3 letters. God. Learn to spell. Get some English in you. It's just 3 letters long. There's no effort in that at all. It's just ridiculous. I mean, you could at least go by Glover. That's a bit more exciting, isn't it? Oh, God. Oh, well, at least they haven't got boils.
Goodbye.